Introduction to Intermediate French. Welcome to the Intermediate French Diploma course, where we will build upon your existing knowledge to achieve greater fluency and accuracy. This level focuses on deepening your understanding of complex grammatical concepts and expanding your vocabulary for more nuanced expression. You will learn to navigate a wider range of communicative situations, from casual conversations to more formal discussions. The course emphasizes practical application, encouraging you to integrate new structures into your speaking and writing. Prepare to immerse yourself further into the rich tapestry of the French language and culture. This journey will enhance your ability to interact confidently with native speakers and appreciate French media. At the intermediate level, the goal is to move beyond basic survival phrases and begin expressing more complex thoughts and opinions. We will explore various verb tenses, moods, and advanced sentence structures that are essential for sophisticated communication. Cultural insights will also be integrated throughout the course, providing context for language use and enhancing your overall comprehension. Active participation and consistent practice are key to mastering the material presented. Embrace the challenges and enjoy the progress you will make in your French language acquisition. Review of basic grammar. Tenses. Before diving into advanced topics, a solid review of fundamental French verb tenses is crucial for intermediate learners. We will revisit the present tense, future simple, passé composé, and imparfait to ensure a strong foundation. Understanding the nuances of when and how to use each tense correctly is paramount for clear communication. This review will help solidify your existing knowledge and identify any areas that may require further attention. Consistent practice with these basic tenses will prevent common errors in more complex sentence constructions. It is important to recall the regular and irregular conjugations for each of these foundational tenses. Mastering these basics is the springboard for all subsequent grammatical learning. The present tense, or le présent, is used for current actions, habits, and general truths. The future simple, le futur simple, expresses actions that will happen. The passé composé describes completed actions in the past, often specific events. Conversely, the imparfait describes ongoing or habitual past actions, as well as descriptions of past states or conditions. We will practice distinguishing between the passé composé and imparfait, which is a common challenge for learners. This distinction is vital for accurately narrating past events and setting scenes. A firm grasp of these tenses allows for more precise and expressive storytelling in French. Advanced present tense usage. Beyond its basic function, the French present tense offers several advanced applications that are crucial for intermediate learners. It can be used to express near-future actions, often with temporal indicators like demain or bientôt. Additionally, the present tense is frequently employed in historical narration, known as the présent de narration, to make past events feel more immediate and dramatic. Understanding these extended uses adds depth and dynamism to your French communication. This flexibility allows for more vivid storytelling and precise expression of intent. Mastering these nuances will significantly enhance your ability to convey complex ideas. It is not merely about current actions, but also about contextualizing time. Another significant advanced use is the présent duratif, which describes an action that started in the past and continues into the present. This is typically formed with depuis, followed by a duration. For example, j'étudie le français depuis 3 ans means I have been studying French for 3 years. This construction is vital for expressing ongoing situations that began at a specific point. It differs from English present perfect continuous and requires careful attention. Recognizing these varied applications will allow you to interpret and produce more sophisticated French sentences. These advanced uses are common in everyday conversation and literature. Imparfait versus passé composé. The distinction between the imparfait and the passé composé is a cornerstone of intermediate French grammar, often posing a significant challenge. The passé composé is used for completed actions, specific events, or a sequence of events in the past. It focuses on the result or completion of an action, much like the English simple past or present perfect. For instance, j'ai mangé une pomme signifies a single, completed act of eating. Understanding this aspect is crucial for narrating specific occurrences. It provides a clear, defined point in time for an action. This tense acts as the primary narrative driver for discrete past events. In contrast, the imparfait describes ongoing, habitual, or descriptive actions in the past. It sets the scene, describes conditions, or refers to actions that were in progress when another event occurred. For example, je mangeais une pomme implies I was eating an apple, or I used to eat apples. It provides background information and context without focusing on completion. When these two tenses are used together, the imparfait typically describes the background or setting, while the passé composé describes the specific event that interrupted or occurred within that background. Mastering this interplay is essential for coherent storytelling. This grammatical distinction is fundamental to expressing complex narratives in French. Le plus que parfait. The plus que parfait, or plus perfect, is a crucial tense for expressing actions that occurred before another past action. It functions similarly to the English had plus past participle. This tense is formed using the imparfait of the auxiliary verb, avoir or être, followed by the past participle of the main verb. For example, j'avais mangé, I had eaten, or j'étais allé, I had gone. Understanding its formation and usage is essential for narrating complex sequences of past events. It provides clarity when discussing events that are not in chronological order. This tense allows for sophisticated temporal referencing in French. The plus que parfait is frequently used in conjunction with the passé composé or the imparfait to indicate an antecedent action. For instance, quand il est arrivé, j'avais déjà fini mon travail. When he arrived, I had already finished my work. Here, j'avais fini happened before il est arrivé. It is also common in reported speech when the original statement was in the passé composé. Mastering this tense significantly enhances your ability to construct coherent and detailed narratives in the past. It is a hallmark of more advanced French proficiency. Le futur simple et le futur antérieur. Le futur simple is used to express actions that will occur in the future, similar to the English will plus verb. It is formed by adding specific endings to the infinitive of most verbs, or to a modified stem for irregular verbs. For example, je parlerai, I will speak, or tu iras, you will go. This tense is straightforward for making predictions, expressing intentions, or stating future facts. It is a fundamental component of future-oriented communication. Mastering its conjugations is essential for discussing plans and future events. This tense provides a direct way to project actions into the future. The future antérieur, or future perfect, describes an action that will be completed before another future action. It is formed with the future simple of the auxiliary verb, avoir or être, followed by the past participle of the main verb. For example, quand tu auras fini, nous partirons. When you will have finished, we will leave. Here, aura fini will be completed before nous partirons. This tense is vital for sequencing future events and indicating completion. It adds precision to your future narratives, allowing for more complex planning and predictions. Understanding both future tenses allows for comprehensive future-oriented discourse. Le conditionnel présent et passé. The conditionnel présent, conditional present, is used to express hypothetical situations, polite requests, or advice. It translates to would plus verb in English. It is formed by adding the imperfect endings to the future simple stem of the verb. For example, je parlerai, I would speak, or tu aimerais, you would like. This mood is indispensable for expressing possibilities, desires, and suggestions in a nuanced way. It allows for softer, more diplomatic communication. Mastering this form enhances your ability to express polite requests and give advice effectively. This is a key tool for sophisticated social interactions. The conditional passé, conditional past, expresses hypothetical actions that would have occurred in the past but did not. It translates to would have plus past participle. It is formed with the conditional présent of the auxiliary verb, avoir or être, followed by the past participle of the main verb. For example, j'aurais parlé, I would have spoken, or tu serais allé, you would have gone. This tense is crucial for expressing regret, missed opportunities, or unfulfilled conditions in the past. It allows for complex counterfactual statements. Understanding both conditional forms is vital for expressing a full range of hypothetical scenarios. Subjonctif présent, necessity and emotion. The subjonctif présent, present subjunctive, is a mood, not a tense, used to express subjectivity, doubt, emotion, necessity, or desire. It is often triggered by specific conjunctions or impersonal expressions like il faut que, it is necessary that, or il est important que, it is important that. The subjunctive is a hallmark of intermediate and advanced French, differentiating it significantly from English. Its correct usage demonstrates a higher level of linguistic sophistication. Mastering this mood is crucial for conveying complex emotional and subjective nuances. It is not merely about facts, but about feelings and opinions. Verbs that express emotions, like être content que, être triste que, desires, vouloir que, souhaiter que, doubts, douter que, or necessity, il faut que, typically require the subjunctive in the dependent clause. The conjugation often involves taking the ils form of the present tense, dropping the bracket end, and adding subjunctive endings. However, there are irregular verbs that require memorization. For example, il faut que je parle. It is necessary that I speak. Consistent practice with these triggers and conjugations is essential for accurate subjunctive usage. This mood is fundamental for expressing a wide range of human experiences. Subjonctif passé, past actions. The subjonctif passé, past subjunctive, is used to express subjective or emotional reactions to a past action. It functions similarly to the present subjunctive, but refers to an action that has already occurred. This mood is formed with the present subjunctive of the auxiliary verb, avoir or être, followed by the past participle of the main verb. For example, il est important que tu aies parlé. It is important that you have spoken. This advanced grammatical structure is less common than the present subjunctive, but is vital for expressing nuanced past subjectivity. It allows for precise temporal referencing within subjective contexts. Mastering it signifies a high level of French proficiency. Common triggers for the subjunctive passé include expressions of judgment, emotion, or doubt regarding a past event. For instance, je regrette qu'il soit parti. I regret that he left, has left. Here, the regret is in the present, but the action of leaving is in the past. It is crucial to remember the agreement of the past participle with être verbs and direct objects with avoir verbs, just as in the passé composé. Consistent exposure to and practice with this complex mood will solidify your understanding. This form is often encountered in formal writing and sophisticated speech. Pronoms relatifs simples et composés. Relative pronouns connect a dependent clause to a noun or pronoun in the main clause, avoiding repetition. The simple relative pronouns are qui, who, which, that, subject, que, whom, which, that, direct object, où, where, and dont, whose of which from which. Understanding their distinct functions is fundamental for constructing more complex and elegant sentences. For example, l'homme qui parle, the man who is speaking, or le livre que je lis, the book that I'm reading. These pronouns are essential for creating fluid and natural-sounding French sentences. They are frequently used in both spoken and written communication. The compound relative pronouns are more complex and are used after prepositions or to refer to things. They include lequel, laquelle, lesquels, lesquels, which, whom, and their contracted forms with a, auquel, à laquelle, auquel, and de, duquel, de laquelle, desquels. For example, la chaise sur laquelle il est assis, the chair on which he is sitting. These pronouns provide greater precision and are crucial for advanced sentence construction. They are particularly important in formal writing and complex discussions. Mastering both simple and compound forms significantly enhances grammatical accuracy. Pronoms possessifs et démonstratifs. Possessive pronouns replace a noun and indicate possession, agreeing in gender and number with the noun they replace. They include le mien, la mienne, les miens, les miennes, mine, le tien, la tienne, les tiens, les tiennes, yours, le sien, la sienne, les siens, les siennes, his, hers, its, and so on. Using these pronouns correctly avoids repetition and makes sentences more concise. For example, ce n'est pas ma voiture, c'est la sienne. It's not my car, it's his, hers. Mastering these forms is essential for clear and natural expression of ownership. They are frequently used in everyday conversation. Demonstrative pronouns replace a noun and point to something specific, agreeing in gender and number. They include celui, celle, ce, celle, this one, that one, these ones, those ones. They can be followed by ci, here, or là, there, for emphasis, or by a relative pronoun. For example, je préfère celui-ci, I prefer this one, or ceux qui sont là, those who are there. These pronouns are crucial for distinguishing between items or people without explicitly naming them. Understanding both possessive and demonstrative pronouns enhances your ability to communicate precisely and efficiently. They are key to avoiding ambiguity in French. Adjectifs et adverbes. Advanced usage intermediate French requires a deeper understanding of adjectives and adverbs beyond their basic forms. Adjectives agree in gender and number with the noun they modify, and their placement, before or after the noun, can sometimes change their meaning. For example, un ancien professeur, a former professor, versus un professeur ancien, an old professor. Understanding these nuances is vital for precise expression. Certain adjectives also have irregular forms or specific rules for pluralization. Mastering these subtleties adds richness and accuracy to your descriptions. They are fundamental for vivid and precise communication. Adverbs modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs, providing information about manner, time, place, or degree. Many adverbs are formed by adding ment to the feminine singular form of an adjective, e.g., lent to lentement. However, there are also numerous irregular adverbs and specific rules for adverb placement within a sentence. For instance, adverbs of manner usually follow the verb in simple tenses, but are placed between the auxiliary and past participle in compound tenses. Correct adverb usage significantly enhances the flow and detail of your sentences. They are essential for conveying how, when, and where actions occur. La voix passive. The passive voice in French, la voix passive, is used when the subject of the sentence is the recipient of the action rather than the performer. It's formed with the verb être, to be, conjugated in the appropriate tense, followed by the past participle of the main verb. The past participle must agree in gender and number with the subject. For example, la lettre est écrite, the letter is written, or les livres ont été lus, the books have been read. Understanding the passive voice is crucial for varying sentence structure and for situations where the agent of the action is unknown or unimportant. It is a key element of formal and journalistic French. To introduce the agent, the performer of the action, in a passive sentence, the preposition par, by, is typically used. However, de can also be used in certain contexts, particularly with verbs expressing feelings or mental states, or when the action results in a state rather than a dynamic event. For example, il est aimé de tous, he is loved by everyone. Differentiating between par and de requires careful attention and practice. The passive voice is often used in formal writing, news reports, and scientific texts to maintain objectivity or focus on the outcome, rather than the actor. Mastering this voice adds significant flexibility to your French expression. Discours indirect, reported speech. Reported speech, or discours indirect, is essential for recounting conversations or statements made by others. When converting direct speech to indirect speech, several grammatical changes are necessary, particularly concerning verb tenses, pronouns, and adverbs of time and place. For example, il dit je suis fatigué becomes il dit qu'il est fatigué. Understanding these transformations is crucial for accurately relaying information. It allows you to summarize conversations and integrate them smoothly into your own narrative. This is a fundamental skill for everyday communication and storytelling. Key transformations include present tense in direct speech often becomes imparfait in indirect speech if the main verb is in the past. Il a dit qu'il était fatigué. Future simple becomes conditional present, and passé composé becomes plus que parfait. Pronouns also shift, e.g. je to il, elle, tu to je. Adverbs like aujourd'hui might become ce jour-là, that day. Mastering these shifts requires careful attention and practice. The ability to use reported speech effectively is a strong indicator of intermediate to advanced French proficiency. It enables more sophisticated narration and information sharing. Prepositions and conjunctions. Prepositions and conjunctions are small but mighty words that provide structure and coherence to French sentences. Prepositions, e.g. à, de, en sur, su, indicate relationships of time, place, manner, or cause. Their correct usage is often idiomatic and requires memorization and practice. For instance, aller à Paris, go to Paris, versus venir de Paris, come from Paris. Incorrect preposition usage can significantly alter meaning or make sentences sound unnatural. Mastering these small words is crucial for accuracy and fluency. They are the glue that holds phrases and clauses together. Conjunctions, e.g. et, mais, ou, donc, car, que, quand, parce que, link words, phrases, or clauses. They establish logical connections, such as addition, contrast, choice, consequence, or cause. Subordinating conjunctions, like que or ko, introduce dependent clauses and often trigger specific moods, such as the subjunctive. Understanding the various types of conjunctions and their functions is essential for constructing complex and well-structured sentences. They allow for the expression of intricate relationships between ideas. Both prepositions and conjunctions are indispensable for advanced French communication. Vocabulary expansion. Daily life. Expanding your vocabulary for daily life is crucial for achieving fluency and comfort in everyday French conversations. This section focuses on practical vocabulary related to common activities such as shopping, cooking, household chores, leisure activities, and personal care. Beyond individual words, we will explore useful phrases and expressions that native speakers use naturally. For example, learning phrases for ordering at a restaurant or asking for directions. A rich vocabulary allows for more spontaneous and authentic interactions. It enables you to discuss a wider range of topics with ease. Consistent exposure and active use are key to internalizing new words and phrases. Vocabulary expansion. Professional context. Developing a robust professional vocabulary is essential for anyone planning to use French in a business or academic environment. This section focuses on terminology relevant to various professional fields, including business, technology, education, and healthcare. We will cover vocabulary for meetings, presentations, negotiations, and formal correspondence. Understanding industry-specific jargon and formal expressions will enable you to communicate effectively and confidently in professional settings. This specialized vocabulary is crucial for networking and career advancement. It allows for precise and appropriate communication in the workplace. Idiomatic expressions and proverbs. Idiomatic expressions and proverbs are the soul of a language, offering insights into its culture and adding richness to communication. This section focuses on common French idioms that do not translate literally, but convey specific meanings. For example, avoir le cafard, to feel down, depressed, literally to have the cockroach, or poser un lapin, to stand someone up, literally put a rabbit. Understanding these expressions is crucial for sounding more natural and comprehending native speakers. They are frequently used in everyday conversation and media. Learning them enhances your cultural fluency. We will also explore well-known French proverbs which often encapsulate traditional wisdom or common observations. For instance, mieux vaut prévenir que guérir, prevention is better than cure, or après la pluie, le beau temps, after the rain, good weather, meaning things will get better. These proverbs are not only linguistic tools, but also cultural touchstones. Incorporating idioms and proverbs into your French will make your speech more colorful, authentic, and engaging. They reflect the collective wisdom and humor of French speakers. This is a significant step towards true linguistic immersion. Cultural nuances in French communication. Effective communication in French extends beyond grammar and vocabulary. It deeply involves understanding cultural nuances. This section explores aspects of French etiquette, social norms, and communication styles that differ from other cultures. For instance, the importance of greetings, bonjour, bonsoir, and farewells, au revoir, in almost every interaction, even casual ones. Politeness and formality play a significant role in French discourse. Recognizing these subtle differences prevents misunderstandings and fosters more respectful interactions. It is about understanding the unwritten rules of social engagement. This cultural awareness is essential for building rapport. We will discuss direct versus indirect communication, the role of silence, personal space, and gestures in French conversations. For example, French communication can often be more direct in intellectual discussions, but more indirect in personal feedback. Understanding the appropriate level of formality, using vous versus tu, is also paramount. These cultural insights will help you navigate social situations with greater confidence and avoid unintentional faux pas. They provide context for why French speakers communicate the way they do. Integrating these nuances will make your French interactions more successful and authentic. Formal versus informal language. Distinguishing between formal, vous, and informal, tu, language is a fundamental aspect of French communication and a key indicator of cultural awareness. The choice depends on the relationship with the person, their age, social status, and the context of the interaction. Using vous is generally safer and more respectful, especially with strangers, elders, or in professional settings. Incorrectly using tu can be perceived as rude or overly familiar. This distinction is not merely grammatical, but deeply cultural, reflecting social hierarchies and respect. It signals your understanding of social boundaries. Mastering this choice is crucial for appropriate interaction. We will explore scenarios where vous is mandatory, for example, customer service, formal meetings, addressing authorities, and situations where tu is appropriate, for example, close friends, family, children, or peers in informal settings. The transition from vous to tu is a significant social step, often initiated by the elder or higher status individual. This section will also cover formal and informal vocabulary and sentence structures. For example, using more elaborate phrases in formal contexts versus simpler ones informally. Understanding these registers allows you to adapt your language appropriately to any situation. It is a cornerstone of effective and respectful French communication. Writing skills, formal letters and emails. Developing strong writing skills in French, particularly for formal letters and emails, is essential for academic and professional success. This section focuses on the structure, tone, and specific phrases used in formal written communication. We will cover appropriate greetings, opening and closing remarks, and common expressions for making requests, providing information, or expressing complaints. Understanding these conventions ensures your messages are clear, respectful, and achieve their intended purpose. Formal writing requires precision and adherence to established norms. It reflects professionalism and attention to detail. Writing skills, expressing opinions. Expressing opinions clearly and persuasively in French is a crucial skill for intermediate learners, enabling participation in discussions and debates. This section focuses on vocabulary and grammatical structures used to introduce, support, and conclude an opinion. We will learn phrases for agreeing, disagreeing, expressing certainty, doubt, and nuance. For example, à mon avis, in my opinion, je pense que, I think that, je ne suis pas d'accord, I don't agree. Developing this skill allows for more active and meaningful engagement in conversations. It is about articulating your viewpoint effectively. Oral comprehension, news and debates. Developing strong oral comprehension skills, particularly for understanding news reports and debates, is crucial for intermediate French learners. This section focuses on strategies for extracting key information from fast-paced spoken French, identifying main arguments, and understanding different viewpoints. We will work with authentic audio and video materials from French news channels, radio programs, and political debates. This exposure to real-world French helps you adapt to various accents, speeds, and registers. It is about training your ear to process complex information quickly. This skill is vital for staying informed and engaged with French society. Oral expression, debating and presenting. Developing strong oral expression skills, particularly for debating and presenting, is a hallmark of intermediate French proficiency. This section focuses on strategies for structuring arguments, using persuasive language, and delivering presentations with confidence and clarity. We will practice expressing opinions, defending viewpoints, and responding to counterarguments effectively. This involves using appropriate discourse markers, transition words, and rhetorical devices. The goal is to move beyond simple conversational exchanges to more structured and impactful spoken communication. It is about articulating complex ideas fluently. French literature and cinema. Introduction. An introduction to French literature and cinema offers a rich cultural context and enhances language comprehension through authentic materials. This section will explore key periods, influential authors, and iconic films that have shaped French artistic expression. We will discuss literary movements like Romanticism, Realism, and Existentialism, and their impact on French thought. Engaging with these works provides a deeper understanding of French history, philosophy, and societal values. It is about appreciating the artistic heritage of the language. This exposure enriches your linguistic and cultural journey. We will analyze excerpts from renowned authors such as Victor Hugo, Albert Camus, and Simone de Beauvoir, focusing on vocabulary, style, and themes. Similarly, we will watch and discuss clips from classic and contemporary French films by directors like François Truffaut, Agnès Varda, and Jean-Pierre Jeunet. This exposure to diverse forms of media improves listening skills, introduces new vocabulary in context, and offers visual insights into French culture. Understanding the narratives and artistic choices within these works deepens your appreciation for the language. It is a gateway to the heart of French artistic identity. Preparing for DELF B1, B2 exams. Preparing for the DELF B1 or B2 exams is a significant step for intermediate French learners, validating their proficiency according to international standards. This section provides an overview of the exam structure, assessment criteria, and effective preparation strategies for each component: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Understanding what is expected in each section is crucial for maximizing your score. We will demystify the exam format and equip you with the tools to approach it confidently. This preparation is vital for academic and professional recognition.